Hello and welcome to TIA Now. We're here at the Quest Forum Service Provider and Suppliers Summit in Plano, Texas. We're joined today by Deepti Arora, Chief Quality Officer of Nokia and Executive Board Chair of Quest Forum, Jennifer Sims, CEO, PowerIntel, and Trevor Putra, President, KGP-Co. Thank you all for joining us, and I'd like to say all board members of Quest Forum as well.
Happy to be here.
First question, let me ask Deepti to perhaps respond to this. Leading suppliers to network operators, what have been some of the top issues and challenges that service providers have sought your assistance with over the years?
I think, John, it's a very good question. So certainly quality. So because service providers are always looking for that we're delivering whatever solutions and services we're delivering to them with quality. And there's several reasons for it. One, because as networks become more complex and more software intensive, it is absolutely critical that quality continues to increasingly become more important. And also because as we get more dependent on ecosystem and open systems, it's very important. So quality is certainly an area that our operators look for of what we deliver to them. Also speed, because now we are not, it's such a rapid change of pace and change how we need to evolve the networks that we are not taking 18 months to build in life cycles in our products, but pretty much going down to 30 days or maximum maybe 90 days and then moving into continuous delivery, which is much faster, so we don't get that much time to. So they are definitely demanding more faster speed and time. And then anything that will provide better productivity and efficiency to bring their total cost of ownership down. So quality, speed, cost.
Great. Trevor, you're a former board chair of Quest Forum.
Yep.
And you think about your company, KGP-Co. How has Quest Forum helped align your company's role in providing support to network operators?
Yeah, I think it started for us with our journey down TL9000. So that was our introduction to Quest Forum. And TL9000 as a product at Quest Forum gave us a baseline level of quality. It really served as our foundation that we could then build upon as our organization is growing. I think number two, measurable, relevant metrics, understanding what to measure, what's important to the service provider, and then understanding how we do against our peers. Are we best in class? Are we at the mean? And where can we improve? That's been really important. Finally, the interfacing with peers around the industry and expert matters and just understanding where we fit in that ecosystem has really been helpful. The sharing of best practices, understanding what other people have been doing has served to be very beneficial for us. And then we're a company that's grown through M&A through the years, and it's been interesting because in kind of a surprising benefit, as we've purchased companies that have also been TL9000 certified, there weren't any surprises in their QMS. We knew what we were getting. It was in an environment where a lot of things are new when you're bringing organizations together. That part of it was the same. And we knew what they measured. It was common language across two companies, and it actually helped our integration of businesses as we purchased other businesses that were certified.
And Jennifer, you're in a similar position in the value chain as KGP with PowerIntel. What are some examples or an example of how Quest Forum has helped change the PowerIntel business?
Well, I'd like to move to, because Trevor's covered quite a bit of it, so I'll move to today's events. We've just recently had massive hurricanes, right, that have swept out a number of the facilities and the networks. So it's been exciting because, as Trevor mentioned, when you work alongside other TL9000 certified bodies, you know exactly what to expect. And so especially in times of rapid deployment, whether that be a storm or whether that be infrastructure change and electronic change that we're seeing, and then that becomes the new baseline. You have to have that reliable supply chain, and that's essentially what PowerIntel does. Right material, right place, right time, every time, consistent, reliable. You know that the process has been vetted, have been tested, and then you're always working towards a little bit continual improvement towards those best practices, which is an exciting place to be and an exciting part of a team that works so closely together to make everything happen.
Deepti, Quest Forum has a number of working groups and ICT initiatives. It's expanded over the years, I think over 20 years in existence now, Quest Forum. Nokia is involved in, I assume, a number of these. Is there one or two that really stands out to you?
Sure. We are very active in the industry, and Quest Forum is one of the associations that we want to be playing a very key role in. So there are several areas that we are contributing at. There's the IGW working group. This is the group that authors the TL9000 quality standard for the global industry. Also the Oversight Working Group. This is a group that ensures that the integrity of the TL9000 standard and its certifications remain intact. We also co-chair a number of conferences like Americas and EMEA, as well as take a lot of part in our best conferences and conclaves that we host from that perspective, and strategic initiatives like Cost of Poor Quality, NFV, and so on.
I'm going to play ignorant here. I'm not playing ignorant when it comes to TL9000. It's known to me as a phrase, but I could ask Trevor to talk a little bit about, and please jump in, about what is TL9000 itself.
Yeah, to us, it's a quality management system that takes ISO 9000 and specifies it to our telecommunications industry or the ICT. We're able to take metrics that matter to our customers or to the service providers and apply those to our quality management system. And then it's a common baseline for that service provider. So when they go out to measure a supplier, if that supplier is TL9000 certified, they're getting the data the same way, consistently, and it's an apples to apples comparison. When you go into a meeting, you're not arguing on or debating how a metric is determined, or everybody understands right away. So it's that baseline quality management system. It was formed by the service providers to ensure a common language and give a baseline level of quality. And then it's something that you can build upon as your QMS advances and as it evolves.
I think you hit on one important thing, Trevor, and that is the commonality of not just best practices, but also the language. When we talk to each other, we know what that means, and we know the piece parts and what pulls it together and what's been successful, not just in our own right, but in terms of best practices, so how we measure up against others.
Just to build on that, so when we say common language, common practices, common metrics, and give you example outages or NPR, it means new problem reports. Everybody gets it, no matter what aspect of supply chain do you belong or the operator space do you belong. And just in terms of the status where we are, TL9000 also evolves as ISO 9001 evolves. So if ISO 9001 evolved from 2000, 2008, 2015, so does TL9000. And just so that you understand from the basic point of view, there's 80 new requirements that we put on TL9000 that are much more customer-centric on top of the ISO 9001.
To give you just one example of a practical application, there's another committee that's a part of Quest, the NSPRC. So this is the service providers, and they use all of these metrics with the manufacturers in a nice small group. So they've gotten together and said, here's the best practices. And I've had the good fortune of serving as the liaison between the board and that group. The current chair is Ken Nowakowski from TELUS. So you build not just domestic, which is one of the things I want to mention about Quest, it's also global. So Canada and other locations.
Absolutely right. Very, very global. Probably the only global, known, accepted, adopted standard around the world for quality management. There are about 682 companies that use globally the TL9000 standard for quality management, and they are providing about 2,000 different certifications, as we call it, in 2,000 different locations of these companies.
Earlier today, Jennifer, we heard the announcement of the merger of Questform and TIA, which is a momentous occasion for both organizations. Could you talk to us a bit about what you think this means to the industry and to both constituencies, as the membership of both organizations, but more importantly, to the end user as well?
Well, one of the things that I find fascinating, I think mergers are a great thing, right? There's a lot of pulls for everybody's time and everyone's resources. So this is very exciting. We're all in the same world. We're all operating toward the same end. So I think good things will come. TIA's strengths historically have been policy and advocacy, ANSI standards, and networking, and a large group of networking, all based on behalf of our manufacturing community. And Quest brings in their focus on quality and sustainability, as well as networking on a global footprint. That's a really exciting place to be. So as they come together, the idea that you'll have reliable, consistent procedural, all those fundamentals that are needed across an industry, and have the voice into the manufacturing community that's larger than our current ICT space. So I'm excited because communication touches all those pieces, our cars, even our TVs and other places, and so to be able to have that voice out in. And personally, I'm perfectly excited because I'm treasurer on both, so it's one less meeting, which is also nice.
Well, I will note that Jennifer and Trevor serve on both boards, and that sort of illustrates the synergies between the two organizations. So thanks for joining us today. Really appreciate your helping us with this.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thank you. Thank you, John.